Hello, beautiful beings. Ancients, could you record this video for me? I ask them to do that because when I feel compelled to record a video, my mind immediately starts coming up with all these different things that we could talk about. But I only want to talk about what comes from presence, what is necessary. And so I turn my attention to presence as I'm setting up my little camera and my light. And then when I push play and I ask the ancients to do it for me, then it's all more coming from here instead of from here. Yes, weeding out the unnecessary, they're saying. So during this super full moon, I became unconscious and I reacted. And I feel really, really happy about the fact that I have not reacted for quite some time now. I feel like I should knock on wood. Reacting is when I'm listening to somebody and I'm feeling an emotional reaction. It doesn't matter what the emotion is. If I speak from that place, I am reacting. I tried really hard to turn my attention to presence, but I was feeling an emotional reaction in my body, and I wasn't aware in the moment that I needed to just be quiet. Well, because I became unconscious, because the emotional feelings were so intense in my body that I just went right up into my head. And so I was trying to fix the situation, and it's been weighing on me for the last several days because I love this person dearly, and I want to support her. I want to feel nothing but compassion for her. Not feel it, but I mean to convey only compassion to this person, because she already knows these different things that she could do during the day, listening to Eckhart or any other type of inspirational healer, especially Eckhart. I would say out of everybody that I've ever listened to in my life, Eckhart can bring me back to presence faster than anybody. So I threw those, when we were talking the other night, I threw those suggestions out and made it seem like she wasn't doing the best she could. Well, she was doing the best she could in that moment. And I wanted I wanted to make it to where she doesn't suffer as much. And there's definitely a different way to go about that, a more gentle, a more compassionate way. And so I'm fully seeing that now. And when I was going to AA, one thing that I learned was when we were wrong, promptly admit it. And, promptly can be days later when I'm fully realizing and aware of my mistake. And so I did. I made that right today the best I could. And and it was accepted very graciously. Of course. I love you so much. So so that was a really, really good reminder for me that when I am conversing with somebody and I have an emotionally charged feeling in my body, 10 times out of 10, that is going to bring me up into my mind. And so I just need to turn my attention back to presence and listen from the space of presence and override, don't go with any of the thoughts that are coming through at that time. See, so this last week, it would have felt completely different if I would have just stayed present and not reacted from any emotional place, no codependency place, no trying to fix, nothing like that. Then for the last several days, I would have been able to see it through the eyes of presence, they're saying. And that was beautiful. Thank you guys. That is then, if I wanted to help, just the beauty of what comes through from them sometimes just makes me cry. And that as I'm recording this video, I am getting more clarity on the situation, which is just profoundly beautiful to me. I'm not apologizing for crying. It's if you were feeling what I'm feeling right now, you would probably cry too. So by not reacting, I could have just reflected on what happened, how I was feeling, and then came from a place of presence with any type of gentle reminder maybe about, you know, Eckhart is, as you know, Eckhart is very helpful in taking the mind away from troublesome things. This beautiful being is in chronic pain, and I just can't imagine what that's like. I've been in really bad physical pain sometimes in my life, and but it hasn't been chronic. There's always been a way for me to be able to, come out of that. But that ship has sailed for her, and she will be in pain for the rest of her days. And that's that just feels very heartbreaking to me. Um, anyway, so I can't even imagine, what it would be like, how much harder it would make the emotional stuff that comes up. Uh, but they're saying that it's not my lesson. It's not my life lesson. So I feel that I love this person so much that I want to I want to ease her suffering, and I cannot. So the best I can do, and the most I can do, they're saying, is to be compassionate towards her and listen to what she's saying. And, if she needs help in any way, then she will ask me for help. But really, that's the best I can do. And actually turning my attention to presence when I think about her, not focusing on her suffering in any way, not giving that any power. When I think about her and I turn my attention back to presence, they're saying that's the greatest gift that I can give her, because I am also bringing her back to presence, her natural state of being. So yeah, I didn't realize I'd be crying all the way through this video. But it also feels really good that we connected today, and we didn't stop connecting, but there was I was very conflicted about our conversation the other night, and I didn't feel good about it. And so right there is an indicator. If I'm troubled about something, then I need to look at it. I need to do some introspective work about it, and see why it is that it keeps coming up in my mind. Because when I'm in my natural state, there is nothing that keeps coming up in my mind. I'm just peaceful, and my mind is in its natural state, and I don't need to be thinking about anything. Of course, there are always thoughts, but it's completely different than when a thought keeps coming in and I have a troubled feeling about it. So I said the fear prayer a lot because it felt very fear-based. Remove this fear and direct my attention to what you'd have me be. And the other day, what did I ask you guys about that? What is it exactly that you would have me be when I say the fear prayer? And they said, a being. A human being, not a human doing. So they're also reminding me that the people in our lives are here to be our mirror and to show us what we still have left to work on. It's not always just a beautiful reflection. It can feel quite painful at times, but they are our greatest teachers, and more often than not, they are part of our soul tribe. And the ones that we came here to planet Earth and had an agreement with that I will play this role and you will play that role to help with my highest good, with my ascension. So I'm grateful for the lesson that I just went through. And I'm grateful that I don't react hardly ever anymore. It always kicks my butt so hard, but I always learn something so amazing from it too. I would rather wipe my nose than keep sniffling. Is that it for that, ancients? Just to give you an idea of what's going on in my mind right now, absolutely nothing. When I ask the ancients, is that it? Is that it for now about that? I'm not thinking at all. It's just quiet. There are no thoughts at all. And if there were something more to expound on, then it would come through and come right out. They're saying that's called channeling. When something is coming from presence and it's coming through this physical form, that is channeling. I was talking to somebody a long time ago, and he was going on and on about his summer and what he wanted to do, and how he didn't want to work so much and he wanted to go spend more time at the beach. And he goes, oh, sorry, excuse me for all that. I was just channeling. And I said, you were just channeling? Well, yeah. I said, no, you weren't. You were just talking about what was coming through your mind, about what you were thinking about. That's not channeling. And he was highly offended, but I absolutely could not. I'm sorry. My nose is just itching so bad now. I couldn't. In that moment, I absolutely could not let it go and let this person think that he was channeling. We had just started talking, and so he learned that I could channel the ancients. And so then all of a sudden, he was saying that he could channel the ancients too. And I said, wait a minute. And maybe this was somewhat ego-based on my part also, but a lot of it was, oh, no, no, no. You weren't channeling at all last week. And now that we've met, now you're an expert in channeling the ancients. No, it takes a lot more practice than just thinking we can. The mind can make anything up. It can make a person feel like they can channel, but it takes a lot of practice. Yeah, there's nothing that they're saying that is opposing what I'm saying right now. And that ended our very brief friendship because he was just like, he was so offended. It was like I slapped him in the face or something. But no, I felt really good. I didn't feel that interaction didn't feel like I was just reacting. It felt like something he absolutely needed to hear. It has taken me years upon years and years and years to be fluent in channeling the ancients. Anybody can channel the ancients. Absolutely. It just takes practice. And they're reminding me that specifically for whoever you are, it may not be the ancients. It may be a specific guide that you are intended to channel. I don't know. Anybody can channel also, but I feel, and well, it does. Channeling comes from presence. It doesn't come from the mind. It takes a long time. It has taken a long time for me to, they're helping me sum this up, to not come from a place of ego identity, to go through this ascension process and release, let the divine prune away all the useless mind activity that would try to come in and disrupt what the ancients want to say. So the difference between talking to somebody from presence or from ego identity is huge. When something comes through, even if it doesn't seem super loving towards a person, when it comes through from presence and not my mind at all, then there's no residual feeling for me. There's no 4 or 5 days of feeling, wow, that just didn't feel right. That just didn't feel loving at all. Or there's none of this, I feel completely justified in what I said. There's no mental activity around it. It may feel like there was a slight storm because I don't like any type of confrontation that can often mimic the feelings of confrontation, like what I had with that guy. But the dust settles around that very quickly. I just keep turning my attention away from any emotional disturbance. If it feels like an emotional disturbance, I keep turning my attention back to presence, back to no thought, no emotion. And if there's nothing left for me to address around it, then it will just completely go away. Recently, I had a rash on my neck, and it's been about a week, and maybe a little bit longer than that. And anything, I know I'm not the only one that has this feeling. Anything that starts going wrong with my body that I can't explain, it really has the potential to make me unconscious. And when I say unconscious, I mean to bring me up into my head and really thinking about it and worrying about it and being in fear. So I said the fear prayer quite a bit around it, and I asked the ancients, what is this? Why do I have this rash on my neck? And about a week ago, they showed me that it's from this rock retinol that I've been using on my face and my neck. I haven't had it for quite some time, so my person tends to be a bit addictive. And so, of course, more is better. No, it's not. Whenever I've had this rock retinol before, I just put it on my face once a day, once in the evening. But this time, since I haven't had it for a while, I've been putting it on my face in the morning and at night, and putting on my neck also. And so the ancients said that this was what it was about a week ago, but the fear took over, and I was just feeling like it could be several different things. And so yesterday I meditated. I haven't been meditating either. And so yesterday I meditated, and is it meditated or I went into meditation? I think it could be either one. Anyway, so after I came out of meditation, I asked them, what is this rash on my neck? And I was fully in presence. And so I just listened for the answer, and it was the rock retinol. And I looked up on the internet, can I get contact dermatitis from rock retinol? And yes, absolutely. Yes, indeed, I could. And that's exactly what it was. And so it's so much better today because I didn't put it on at all yesterday. I'm going to wait a week or so before I use it again. And then I don't feel like I will have to stop using it completely because it's really awesome stuff. And so after this is completely gone, then I will just put it on my face and not my neck. What I usually use on my neck and the rest of my body is, what is it called again, you guys? I'm trying to think of it, and that never works. It's the lotion for diabetics. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Anyway, they'll tell me. It's a diabetic lotion, and it absolutely, and on the bottle it says, like, you will see a visible difference in 1 hour. And I've never seen a lotion that actually says that, and I do. Since I'm getting a little bit older, I've been seeing this crepiness on my skin, and it takes that away completely. So Gold Bond, thank you guys. It's really taken a lot of practice over the years not to try to think of what I've asked them to remind me of. Yes, that takes a lot of practice. I'm still practicing that one. Just right now, I wanted to try to think of what it was so bad. My mind was really competing with just listening. And actually, one of the keys to getting an answer from the ancients is to not even try to listen, to just let it all go as I'm waiting for the answer to come in. Sometimes I have to just let it go completely, whatever it is that I want to know. And then the answer will come in later when I'm least expecting it. So that's a relief because it's not itching today. And yes, so I got the answer for that. Okay, so they're moving me on to this. I have wanted these boots for 5 or 6 years, and they're a bit expensive, but it's buy one, get one free. And so for some reason, I just decided to do it a couple weeks ago, and I want to show you. They're so magnificently beautiful to me. Oh my gosh. And I got the winter ones, so they're very, very warm. They're very, very cozy. And I'm going to put this spray on them to make them waterproof. I don't know if they're waterproof or not, but I'm going to make sure that they are. Look at these. Aren't they so beautiful? Oh my gosh. I'm so excited I have them. They have a really good sole also. And they are true to size. I got these a 7.5. I got my work boots are an 8. And though it was perfect, size 8 was perfect for those. They're quite narrow, my work boots. But these I got from Yes We Vibe. And a 7.5, I can still wear a nice thick sock in them. So yeah. And okay, so they're reminding me, which they're amazing at doing, when I bought these boots, I had a little bit of financial fear because I like to be really good about my money, because that's a huge way to not be in financial fear, is to have a nice cushion of money in the bank, which has taken me a lot of work, but I knew that I could do it. And so I had a little bit of financial fear. I almost didn't get these because of the financial fear, even though they're not that much. But they just reminded me about that saying that the affirmation that sorry, I don't know why the full moon, I believe, is making it a little bit harder to speak. I memorized an affirmation surrounding money several weeks ago now, over a month ago now, they're saying. And when I bought these boots, and they're reminding me of it right now, as money goes out, I touch a hidden spring which releases large sums of money to return to me under grace in miraculous ways. And I have been seeing the evidence of that. Absolutely incredible. The more I say an affirmation, I may not feel the resonance of it at all when I first start saying it, when I have it written on a piece of paper. But the more I say it, and especially after I memorize it, and it becomes more of a habit to say it, I feel it. I believe it. And then I start seeing the results of it. When I first started saying that a little over a month ago, I saw the results of it right away. And it was like, oh, it's that saying. This is really, really working. I'm going to get these things that I read every single day. I'm going to share them with you because they really, really, really work. I don't always have this many that I say every day, but I do right now. And I trust that. Ooh, I'm going to get my new readers. Where are my new readers, Ancients? Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, here they are. See my new readers? Aren't they beautiful? I got these from Zenny. They're not expensive at all. So I have a whole bunch of them, and Oh, Pam Gregory. I listen to her on YouTube. She's an amazing astrologer and she channels also. Even though she's never said that she channels, she definitely channels. And so every Sunday, there's a collective meditation that we do. It's not online, but we all made this agreement that we were going to do this meditation, just go into meditation. My time is noon here in Montana. Around the world, it's definitely different. So this is the saying that we all say, and it is, we are welcoming in an expanded consciousness of love. And then this one says, the sign of true knowledge or realization is cessation of doubt. And this is from Ramakrishna. And when I read these, I really think about what I'm reading, no matter how many times I've read them, and I get that feeling of resonance with what I'm reading. This one is, the real me is beyond the reach of all troubles and obstacles. It's true. And the real me isn't somewhere out there. The real me is right here in presence. This one I recently, I'm getting emotional all of a sudden. I'm not sure why. They're saying beauty. Beauty, Mama G. It's the beauty. This one I wrote down recently and it says, I already own my own house. This one says, I am an outlet for your love. So a few weeks ago, I was really wanting a morning prayer that I could say right away when I open my eyes. And I've been listening to near-death experiences lately on YouTube. And all of a sudden, there it was. This person said, I am an outlet, because the divine was telling this person, when you go back, you have to share this love. And she was just like, I can't. There is no way. I am a human being. There's no way that I can share this love that I feel right now. And they said, you are an outlet for this love. And so I was just like, there it is. There's my morning prayer. And so it has went from, please make me an outlet for your love, to a few days ago, I rewrote it and I said, I am an outlet for your love. And I've really seen that in the last few days. I've got to do a few things that really made me feel like that. It doesn't always have to be an action, they're saying. It can just be being immersed in presence that helps raise the vibration on the planet. And this one says, I already hold satsang every day. I'm just asking the ancients to just make sure that this emotion is balanced that I'm feeling. I choose to allow all my experiences to be joyous and loving. This saying comes from my left shoulder that I am trying to help. I am helping be a co-creative healer with the divine with. I choose to allow all my experiences to be joyous and loving. These are the healing words surrounding healing my shoulder. This one is, I'll just say it, constipation, and the mental cause of it is refusing to release old ideas, stuck in the past, sometimes stinginess. I believe this one has stemmed around the twin flame concept. And the healing words are, as I release the past, the new and fresh and vital enter. I allow life to flow through me. This one is, I make my decisions based on the principles of truth, and I rest securely knowing that only right action is taking place in my life. I'm not exactly sure where this came from recently, but I read it until I feel it. And I don't have to keep reading it over and over, but I read it slowly and I absorb what I'm reading. I make my decisions based on the principles of truth, and I rest securely knowing that only right action is taking place in my life. And I'm just like, oh, so true. Yeah. If you feel stuck in your mind and you cry every day because you can't stop thinking really bad things, we would love to talk to you about that. I'm really not sure why I feel so emotional right now, but oh, they said I'm releasing actually right now. I'm not sure why what I'm releasing, but it's okay, and I'm feeling just overwhelmed with love and beauty right now. So, love you, Ocean. Song with Mama G at gmail.com. Or you can leave me a nice comment or a question in the comment section. Love you so much.